Spencer Pratt is out. It's official. LA's mayor primary will be between Nithya Raman and incumbent Karen Bass. But as we learn the results, more debate over if the results are accurate or if something more nefarious is at play. Some Pratt supporters and groups even announcing already they're launching audits. President Trump himself claiming the election is, quote, crooked. To discuss, let's welcome in Republican Congressman-elect James Gallagher, who was elected Tuesday in California to serve in Congress for the rest of the year, but will face Democratic State Senator Mike McGuire in November. Congressman-elect, thank you for taking time tonight.
Yeah, good to be with you. And obviously, it's very interesting things going on here in California.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your win. Let's start with this news of the night. Raman projected over Pratt in the LA mayoral race. Your reaction to the news and your reaction to the suggested cheating by opponent Spencer Pratt.
Well, it's unfortunate because Spencer Pratt has run a great campaign out here. He's gotten a lot of attention. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions about the system. I mean, because out here in California, we have no voter ID. There has been evidence of fraud. We even had a dog that voted in Orange County that's documented. But the problem with our system is it is really hard to be able to track and find evidence of the fraud itself. We allow many ballots to come in after Election Day. We don't even require you to sign the ballot. Most people do, but there's a provision that allows you to just make a mark and have a witness sign. Nobody checks that witness signature. So there's a lot of ballots that have come in here at the end that are at least questionable. Some of the reports I've seen, they came from one area, maybe out of the Skid Row area of Los Angeles. I mean, so I think that it does raise a lot of questions. And of course, we want to believe that there's integrity in our system. Everybody wants that, but you got to have safeguards in place to make sure that that's the case.
Where do you see these Pratt supporters going now?
Well, look, I think it's starting a revolution, really, man. I mean, a lot of people are frustrated with how LA is being run. He rightfully brought up a lot of things that are problematic. The homelessness crisis is out of control. The failure to be ready for a catastrophic fire, to put out the fire in the first place, it was actually reignited. I think Spencer has really brought a lot of attention to this. And let's also talk about the Democrats have already gerrymandered the entire state. They rigged the election. I'm running in a seat right now that has been rigged to help make a Democrat win. We're still fighting for it. In fact, we got 47% in my election, and you can go to electjamesgallagher.com to learn how you can help me more. But we're fighting back against this. And, I think, again, people are really tired of the governing powers in this state who have done a terrible job.
I want to take a broader look at the great state of California. There is so much unknown in the gubernatorial race as well. We know Democratic Javier Becerra has advanced. Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Tom Steyer are still battling it out to be his opponent. Your thoughts on that race, James?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting race. We had Eric Swalwell, and who resigned in disgrace and got out of the race. Becerra then surged thereafter. Steve Hilton, has done very well. And I think it looks very likely that he will advance to the runoff against Becerra. And I like the matchup. Steve Hilton, I think, can really point to a lot of things in Becerra's record of failure. I mean, even Democrats said he was terrible as Health and Human Services Secretary. Even Democrats have noticed that he was not a very strong attorney general out here in California. He does not have a record of success. In fact, he has a record of failure. And I think pointing those things out and that he's kind of more of the same, Gavin Newsom 2.0, I think is going to be a good thing in this election. I think it makes for a good contrast going into November.
All right, Mr. Gallagher, let's talk about your win. Again, congratulations. What are your main priorities as you advance? How are you going to help your fellow Californians?
Well, one, lower the cost of living. I mean, gas prices and electricity prices have gone through the roof here in California because of bad policy. Long before we had an Iran war, we had the highest gas prices in the nation. We have electricity prices. PG&E raised rates 6 times in 1 year, and they made $2.1 billion. It's bad government that has caused that. Also, getting on top of the waste, fraud, and abuse. It's rampant. $270 million that one fraudulent doctor billed Medi-Cal. When we were talking about providing medical care to our citizens, first we need to make sure those dollars are getting there and not to fraudsters. So these are going to be very big priorities of mine. as we step out into November. And I think we go win this race, even though they've tried to rig it against us.
Well, there are a lot of eyes on California going into the midterm election, and we appreciate your time tonight, Congressman-elect James Gallagher. Thank you again.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.